Hey, what's going on? This is Becker, CEO of Market Hero, and thanks for checking out this webinar. Thanks for registering to view it. I got some bad news though. If you're here to get Market Hero, it's completely sold out. So there was a pitch at the end of this webinar, but I've removed that completely. So there's no pitch in what you're about to watch. It is just 60 minutes of pure content on how I scaled my first business from 800,000 to $1 million a year, all the way close to $5 million a year. And it's going to show you exactly how I built the advertising, how I run my email, and everything I do in my business step by step, on how I went from that point without really doing anything that complicated. So this is just pure content right here. Enjoy it. It's going to kind of show off what Market Hero can do, but sadly you're going to need to wait to get in because we're sold out right now. So next time we have a webinar, be sure to attend. We'll probably be letting in a few more members later this month in another webinar. But for right now, do not email us. There's no button to buy. There's no way to get in. We're sold out. So enjoy the webinar, pitch free, and take in the content. So this has been Becker. Let's hop into the webinar. All right, guys, what's up? This is Becker. I've hit the record button. We're all here on this nice Thursday night. This is actually my first time ever running this webinar live, so it's going to be extremely awkward. I'm going to mess up a lot, and I'll probably drop the F-bomb and tell a 10-year-old joke because I don't even know if we're going to get a recording of this out because we have super limited spots for Market Hero. But if you're watching this webinar, you're tuning in right now. What I'm planning to do in this webinar, you obviously know, is I'm going to pitch you Market Hero. But let's cut the shit for a second. What I want to do is give you 60 minutes of content that basically shows you how I grew my first major online business to a little bit, right under about $5 million a year, about 90% of that being profit, okay? And I'm going to teach you exactly how I did that with email, and really the one tactic that I've repeated for almost the last 4 years that allowed me to build a simple email follow-up that's making me around $12,532 a day. I don't know if it's actually $532, but someone told me in marketing, you want to be exact. But it makes me anywhere from about $12,000 to $20,000 a day, depending on what offer and recurring thing was running at that time. And the really cool thing about that you're going to see how to clearly do in this webinar. And Market Hero is really going to help you do this. And by the end of this webinar, it's going to be a no-brainer to pick it up because this is something that allowed me to grow my business. But I had to Frankenstein like 8 different solutions together. Is you're going to see how to get an 8x ROI on paid advertising. How many people here would be okay if you ran paid advertising, you got a 2x ROI on every single lead that came in? You paid $4 per lead, but you made $8 back. How many people would be okay spending $50,000 a day if you could? Okay. Someone said, F no. No. Okay. All right. Someone, maybe you have higher goals. That's fine. But if I can go out and spend, I don't know, $30,000 a day, make $60,000 a day, I'd be okay with it. Okay. So my big promise by the end of this webinar is you're going to see how to quadruple your business by finding one simple email metric, not a bunch of them, not building some super complicated funnel. Okay, I'm sure you guys have seen all the Ryan Deiss funnels, and I love Ryan Deiss's marketing, but we're not going to do anything that complicated. Okay, though you can build stuff that complicated in about 10 minutes in Market Hero. You can't build it anywhere else without pulling your hair out and throwing your cat through a window. And I'm going to show you to get unlimited leads and 8x ROI. Now, guys, how many people here would be cool if you just got you could get 5,000 leads a day at a 1x ROI, meaning you just broke even. You just got 5,000 leads a day, but you broke even, and then you have this a list of 5,000 people. Everyone's like me. And guys, what I'm going to do in this webinar is ask you just loaded question after loaded question because I'm very insecure and need to see yes in the chat box at least every 30 seconds. Now, again, guys, this is without any complicated funnels. This is without any large ad spends. This is without selling experience. You can actually be downright bad at selling and suck at it. I'll even show you the super low conversions that you can still use and get an ROI on this, okay? So my goal in this webinar is if you have a business to make scaling it to 8 figures straightforward and easy. Maybe not 8 figures. Let's just go for 7 to high 6 figures in this webinar. Let's not get ridiculous, okay? And if you're a beginner, I'm going to give you the simplest way to create a 5-figure per month business from scratch. And this is what I believe is the easiest, straightforward, going to last forever way to build a business online. Now, if you stay till the end of this webinar, like I promised, you're going to get my increased CTR swipes. I'm going to show you some patterns that I use routinely in all my emails to get much higher CTR than most of the people, much higher click-through rates. I'm also going to give you my 8x ROI funnel template. Okay, you can go and use it right after this webinar if you want, and it's literally the funnel I've been using for the past 2 years at SourceWave. Okay, how many people here? Give me a 1 if you got here from SourceWave. You just know me from SourceWave. An SEO guy. I guarantee if you were from SourceWave and you're on my email list, you went through this funnel. Okay, you went through this funnel. Almost guaranteed. Actually, you're probably still in that funnel. And I'm also going to give you my 80% opt-in rate template. And yes, I do have a template that has routinely gotten me 60 to 80% opt-in rates. More often than not, about 60%, but that's still freaking amazing in most niches. In the bodybuilding niche, you got me 80% opt-in rate. So if you are ever getting into whey protein powder or workout shakers or just getting really tight six-pack abs, it's going to work for you too. So why is this different? I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of shit and theory and stuff in webinars. This is not fluff. This is not theory. All right, I'm going to make this is all about math. This webinar is strictly math, not theory, which you can go and apply right after this. So don't focus the whole entire time, because if you miss some of the parts, you miss some of the explanations between the math, you're going to have a hard time piecing things together. So first, I think everybody here knows who I am, so I'm not going to tell my life story and do that lame shit that people do in every webinar. We're like, here's me on a yacht. I used to be broke and homeless. Oh, and then I bought a yacht, and now I'm amazing, okay? I'm sure Andrew Fox is going to watch this webinar and give me the finger. But if you don't know who I am, I'm the USA Today national bestseller, a tech entrepreneur. I make software. Here's me on a car with a lightsaber and a Ferrari, so that you know I make money. Here's me on stage with people listening to me, so that you know I'm semi-important. And here's me next to Grant Cardone, so that you know I network with cool people, okay? There's all the value stacks you could ever want in one webinar right there. So a little bit of my background. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen me from SourceWave and the Alex Becker YouTube channel, that horrible place. But long story short, grew my first business, major business, SourceWave, to a little under $5 million per year. And I did most of this through 100% through direct response email marketing. In fact, almost all of it. Okay, I did not run an SEO agency back in the day, a smaller SEO agency. I worked with local clients and stuff like that. I stopped taking clients, and I grew SourceWave literally from the ground up using email marketing. And in fact, you might have remembered I used to do a lot of launches. I don't do launches anymore because I know how to grow my business through email marketing. That's what you're going to see in this webinar. If you're relying on JV traffic, you're relying on other forms of traffic and begging and pleading people to give you traffic, this is going to set you free. The thing I'm really good at, and a lot of people say, oh, you're really good at SEO and stuff like that. Like, I am good at SEO, but my true skill set is mathematically growing businesses. In less than a year, I was able to take my business from 1.5 to a little around $5 million per year using what you're going to see in this webinar, the growth metrics we're going to talk about. And I help other businesses get the same growth. Actually, I don't really do that anymore. I don't talk to people. I don't take clients. I don't consult. I don't coach. I don't like doing that shit, okay? I'm focused on my business. And so these webinars are really the last time I'm ever really doing like coaching and crap like that. You're going to see me open a coaching program next week. So I've been doing this for a while. You guys know who I am. And basically my whole entire business comes down to getting leads for X and making a 4 to 8 times ROI in it, okay? So I've had a lot of success doing that. And this comes from doing things wrong, all right? By starting the slow lane with a no control business, okay? I'm not going to do the whole, are you in these pain points and stuff like that. But after doing this for a long time, all right, a lot of people here, give me a 1 if you get your leads and you get your customers and crap like that through JV stuff and you feel like you don't have any control of your business. Basically, you can't get leads on command. You can't go on Facebook tomorrow and get 5,000 leads and make it pay for it yourself. A lot of 1s right here, okay? How many people here, give me 2 if you're actually making money from your email marketing, but it's really hard to get your metrics and you're like putting like 8 different solutions together and it's really frustrating. And so you can't like really scale your business. Like you're making maybe $100,000, $1 million a year, but you're having a lot of trouble scaling because you can't scale your business, okay? So that's exactly where I was. Just a brief history so you guys can kind of relate. For the longest time at SourceWave, I was stuck at around 7 figures a year, okay? I made like, I think at my high point when I was doing willy-nilly, I hit about 2 million a year, then I went back to like 1.5 million a year, and it was like $1 million a year, and like just stuck around there. And the problem from that is because I was either stuck at getting my leads from JV launching, which was basically where you launch a product and you make a bunch of hype and you just make like the biggest, sleaziest sales page of all time. And you launch and like billions of people jump onto your software and everything breaks and everything goes wrong. But then you have like 30,000 leads at the end of the day that you can sell shit to, okay? I'm sure, how many people are giving me an X if you're doing that? Few people. It's not the most popular form, but long story short, I kept having to do that. I kept having to write, like, make videos and write and be blogging. How many? Give me an X if you're a blogger. You're a blogger and you want more leads. Tons of bloggers, all right? So I was stuck having to make good content, do these JV things, beg people to like feature me on their places because you know what? I couldn't go out there and I couldn't buy traffic. I couldn't grow my list without doing all these, relying on other people to grow my list for me. Okay. And even when I was growing my list, it was so hard to grow it with paid advertising because I always wanted super cheap traffic. How many people here? Give me a 3 if traffic gets too expensive for you too fast. Okay. A lot of people here. That was me too. I'd start off with my traffic. And of course, when you start a Facebook ad campaign, you're getting like leads for 50 cents to $1. And I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to scale this to the moon because I know I make more than $1 per lead. I know I do. Okay. But then soon the leads start getting a little bit more dry and it gets up to $3 to $5 to $6 per lead. And I'm like, oh crap, I can't compete anymore. I shut off my traffic. I'm like, this is too expensive. Okay. I just spent $1,800 a day. It's too much. That's too much money. I don't know what my metrics are. Okay. So I keep sending emails out. I keep being able to grow my business. But at the end of the day, I can never grow my business because I didn't know I was making a profit. I didn't know I was making a profit. Okay. But after doing this for 5 years, I found a way to get leads and get them to get me an 8x ROI. Literally, I will pay an average right now about $4 to $5 per lead, and within about 6 months' time, I'll make $22 back. It's neat. It's cool, okay? This allows me to get unlimited leads without being anyone's bitch, okay? I don't have to ask anybody to promote me. I don't have to give away prizes. I don't have to go to Forbes and beg them to put my article on their site. I don't have to create really good, interesting blogging content that goes viral because I'll just turn on my freaking Facebook ads and give myself 1,000 leads, and they'll pay for themselves 8 times over within 6 months. And I'm able to do this by getting a simple metric that allows me to effortlessly buy leads and always make a huge ROI. Okay. And guys, look, I'm not doing anything complicated here. I use an email pattern that gets me an ROI, and I've been doing it for the past 2 years now. Okay. And what's really cool about this is you're going to be able to inject this in your business by the end of this webinar. And I promise we're going to get in the content. I just want to let you guys know the backstory and how I figured this out and how I'm doing that. Okay. I mean, you're going to be able to inject this in your business and make scaling simple because you're going to know a magic little metric that's going to let you scale to the moon. Okay. And everybody here has already answered this question. How easy would it be if you knew you were making, how many people here, if you made $10 per lead, would you be able to scale your business really fast? Give me one. If you're paying like 2 to 5, most people are paying $2 to $3 per lead. Yeah, it'd be so easy. It'd be so easy. If I was able to sit down with you and I was able to take your business aside and I was able to look at what all your customers have bought in the past 6 months, everything they've done, I was able to sit down with you and go, Greg, look, I actually did this with Greg the other day. I'm like, Greg, look, I looked at your PayPal. I looked at your Stripe account. I looked at whatever your checkout process is. And every single lead that's coming into your list is making you $15 over 6 months. And you go, yeah, Alex, but I know, but I'm paying $6 up front and I'm going to the red. But I said, well, you go into the red at first, but in 6 months, you're making $15 back. You're making a $10 profit on every $6 lead. How many of you guys would be comfortable spending $1,000 a day on ads then? How easy would it be to scale your business? How excited would you be to scale your business? Wouldn't that be cool? If you saw leads coming in for $10 and you're like, holy crap, that's awesome. Like that's a really expensive lead cost, but you could still like when I see a lead and I spend $10 on the lead, I still make like $12 profit on it. That's so cool. Like, wouldn't that be so cool if you just turn your leads and know that? Well, that's what I'm gonna show you to do, okay? The goal of this webinar is you to be able to buy an email and get the massive ROI. When you're able to go out there and literally just get to a 2x point where you're making 2 times what you're getting on leads, your business explodes because you're no longer restricted. You have an unlimited traffic. Facebook, AdWords, YouTube, solo ads, you have unlimited traffic. There's too much traffic for you. There's enough traffic to get you to 8 figures, okay? But we're not gonna get that. And it all comes down to one metric, guys. And if I got this, I get to scale my niche as far as I could in my niche. And the problem, guys, the problem with SEO, the reason why I'm also making other software is SEO is too small. When I run Facebook ads, 4 out of 10 people that opt in are already on my list. And then probably 2 of those other 2 that opt in are actually other emails that are already on my list. Okay, it's peaked. It's annoying, okay? So I did just that. I got that metric with SourceWave. I was able to go out there and say, hey, look, my long-term value, the long-term value of my lead is $22 per lead. Boom, over 6 months. It took me getting a pay planus. It took me going out there and connecting this program called Improvely. It took me Frankensteining it with Infusionsoft and a lot of other stuff. I'm going to get into it. I had to get a $1,000 autoresponder up front. Okay, now my autoresponder costs me like $2K a month. Okay. And they overcharged the heck of me. I had to get a tracking program that cost me like $100 a month. I had to go out there and you guys know this stuff, okay? So look, guys, the hard way to do this is, and this is exactly what I did. I went out there and got Infusionsoft. It's $2,000 a month. I had to learn how to use Has anybody here ever tried? Give me a 3 if you've ever tried to go out there and use Infusionsoft, these complicated softwares, and you know the potential, but you just never do it because it's such a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's like, hey, dude, you can make these complicated funnels here. All you have to do is rip apart your entire cart system and fuck everything. Come on. Oh, by the way, if you want me to teach you how to do it, you got to pay me a $1,200 coaching fee because our software is so fucking confusing that you need me to sit down with you to actually explain it. It's funny, okay? But I had to buy a tracking program to do this. I had to lose money on ads trying to get the system right because, look, I was good at running ads, but combining these 2 systems together, my tracking always went off. To get my long-term value, my actual long-term value with all the tracking, I'd start up a program. I get like 1,000 leads on and go, oh, wait, the tracking cookie wasn't set the right way. Or, oh, this thing wasn't set the right way. Or, oh, this in Infusionsoft, the funnel wasn't built the right way. And then boom, had to start all the way over again because it was all like 8 different systems that weren't talking to each other, okay? I had to test and test and test different email strategies to go out there and find this out. And I literally spent hundreds of hours and tens of thousands of dollars to get this metric and figure this all out, because once I had that metric, you can just scale to the moon, okay? But once I did have that metric, my business jumped from an unpredictable, no control, a lot of the things we're talking about in this webinar and a lot of people are relating to $1 million business, to a $5 million business where I don't really have to do anything. It's shocking almost, because the leads come in predictably and that's it. Like, and then I run a webinar every Thursday with this business. And this, I'm going to show you the exact process to get this stuff. So the easiest way to do this, let me just get straight into it because I have to go. Getting ahead of myself, getting all excited. Everybody, give me a 2 if you think this is cool. Like you're excited, get into it. I'm getting you pumped up. All right, giving you a big old marketing boner. Now, how many people here want an easy way that does not involve tens of thousands of dollars spent on software? Literally, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on software. Like, just to go out there and get any of these complicated software that I've mentioned so far will cost you like $10,000 a year, even if you're just starting out. Like, come on. All right. This is who wants the easy way without hundreds of hours of working and figuring out software? How many people here, don't want to spend tens of thousands of dollars testing ads and email strategy? You just want the answer. How many people here? How much would it change your life if you could go out there, increase your LTV, and get the 8x ROI on leads? And I think everybody here can agree. I'm asking those loaded questions again, but just give me one final exclamation mark if it would change your life if you just had that one LTV metric that told you, hey, you're getting a 3 to 4x lead return every 6 months. Okay, cool. Boners. Fuck yes. I love it. All right. We're just getting nasty in this webinar. All right. This will never be used as an auto webinar ever because we will piss off everyone that watches it. Okay. So I think I've talked about enough, guys. This 5X my business from $2,500 a day to $12,000 a day gave me, the big point of this, guys, is control. That's what you're going to get out of this webinar, is control. Because you can go out there and you control your lead flow. You can control how much you're making. And what you're going to see, what you're able to do with Market Hero is you're going to be able to actually adjust stuff and see what makes you more money and your long-term value. It's going to change your fucking life. So there we go. So real talk real quick, guys. Obviously, by watching this webinar, you're not going to 5X your business overnight. You might. You actually could. The information here you can do it with. Actually, this information right here allowed me to 5X my business, but I don't know you. I don't know your business. I don't know how smart you are, what you're going to do, or if you're high on drugs right now watching this webinar. Everything's out of my control, so I don't know. So just a quick warning right there. All right, so there's 3 catalysts. This is how you do it. I'm going to show you how to get your numbers to let you scale endlessly in a few minutes. Remember, guys, it took me like months to go out there and set up a system that would actually work and get me my like LTV. I didn't get it right away, like the system. And it actually took me like a few months actually just to get the system right, so then I could start calculating my LTV. And it was still off because the systems don't track with every email you click, okay? So it was still off as hell. I probably make like close to the $30 to $40 per lead, but my tracking system sucks so much that's what happened. All right, then I'm going to show you the 3-step way, or 3-step pattern I follow with your leads to get a massive LTV ROI on every single lead that comes in. I'm going to show you the exact email strategy. I'm actually going to show you the exact funnel, okay? And it's going to be shockingly simple, okay? Just quick show of hands. Give me an exclamation mark if you've ever seen like those super complicated funnels that marketing gurus show you, and they're like, all right, so you do this, and it's like confusing as hell, and you're like, how could I ever build that? That looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. You just designed Megatron. That's neat, but no, all right? You're going to be able to do that in this webinar. All right, I'm going to show you to combine these together to get literally unlimited leads from Facebook, AdWords, and all sorts of shit like that by asking one simple question, even in competitive markets. I'm going to show you to bully your competitors out. Bully your competitors out of the markets, okay? There's nobody that can, there might be one company. I don't know if Moz can spend more per lead than I can. It depends. Because they have a longer, I don't know. But I can bully almost 90% of my competitors out. You've actually seen, what's really funny is you've been watching Sourcery over the years. How many people have ever seen that 524 niches ad? Give me one if you've ever seen that on Facebook. Yeah, like tons of ones, okay? And there's been so many people that have copied that exact ad and landing page. So many people. And you know what happens? Their ad goes offline in a week because they realize, oh shit, the leads aren't coming in super cheap. Becker's paying like $4 to $5 per lead and he doesn't care. And they don't know how to get a $22 ROI from their funnel. They don't know long-term marketing. They're just, I love them. My competitors are great people, but they're just dipshit marketers who don't know how to play the long-term game, and they're not doing what I'm going to show you in this webinar. So that's why they can copy my exact ads and they still can't beat me, okay? So how do you get your growth metrics that make scaling your business easy mode? In minutes, aka long-term value, okay? And what's this metric? What's this one magic metric that we've talked about so far? LTV. And that's the average long-term value you get per email. And that's the total amount of money you make on average per email over at ends of time. You can actually track this for 2 years if you want, okay? But I usually stop at 6 months. I usually make my money back from the first month and then some. Then 2 months, I usually make about 1.5 my money back. And then as we get going and we have more high ticket offers, I'll make about, that's when we start really making the money back, 4 to 4, 5 to 6x times, okay? So how easy would it be if your LTV was $22 after 6 months? If you could go out there, literally, all you have to do if you could go out there and get the same LTV that I'm getting, you can spend less than $22 and make unlimited income. As long as the lead's coming in for less than $22, you just have unlimited leads. That's what I do, okay? Now, all it takes is, right now, if you don't have Market Hero, all it takes is just taking a grapefruit, okay, covering it in sandpaper and shoving it in your mouth. Your mouth. We weren't going to go that direction, guys, but it's painful and it's awful. Accurately tracking every action that's your person. This is what it takes. It takes you going out there and every single time a person opts in, tagging them with a cookie and tracking everything they do over 6 months. Now, keep in mind, guys, people clear their cookies like crazy. How many people here, give me a 3 if you cleared your cookies today? A lot of 3s. I clear my cookies every day, okay? So it's really hard to keep track of your customers and track every move they're doing, especially even if you're IP tracking. People are changing their IPs and stuff like that. The only way to consistently really track people is to constantly be tagging them every single time they click your email, but you can't do that. But if you want to go out there and get your LTV, you have to go out there and accurately track every action a person does, everything they do after they buy your list. Now, how did I do that? Well, I had Infusionsoft, okay, but I already had an existing cart system, so I didn't want to rip apart my cart system. And I had to use a system called Improvely. And basically, when a person opted in, I'd send through that link, and that was the only time they were cookied ever. And then I'd have to watch and beg and see what they were buying over like a 6 months time. And by about 3 months, everybody's cookies started slowly disappearing. So my numbers stopped getting a lot more accurate, okay? So it's not impossible anymore. Would you guys like to do this? Would you like to go out there and get your numbers today, tonight? Okay, would you like to go out there and start collecting your numbers and data tonight? Give me 1. Yes, okay? I'm going to show you how freaking easy it is, okay? So look, let me hop over to Market Hero, okay? So here's what you do, all right? Let my products load up real quick. All right, so you can see right here we got SourceWave SEO right here, all right? So here's step 1, okay? You go right here, we got Source Uni right here, okay? Grab your cookie, okay? Now how many people here, give me a 3 if you're confident enough to paste a cookie on your thing, or post a pixel on your thank you page. Give me a 3 if you're confident enough to do that. Okay, good. All right, your tracking set up. You're done. You're done. That's it. Okay. So I've of course gone and posted this on Source Uni. Okay. So what I want to do right here is here's an example funnel right here. All right. Actually, this is a funnel that I ran just to get a few leads in to kind of show you how it works. You can see right here. Put it in about 30 people, 31 people in here. Now, when people go through this funnel, guys, they're hit with an email. All right, the first email right here offers them Source Uni. And of course, they're offered it right after they opt in. So when they opt in, tag is applied right here. We also apply a tag right here that identifies them as Uni Funnel. So I know exactly where they came in. So I can go over here in my leads and say, all right, so every person that came through this funnel right here, good 2 seconds, I have a ton of leads to load up. Every person that came through this funnel right here, okay, you can see exactly how all the people that just jumped in. I can go right here and I can generate the LTV, okay? There we go. They're worth $4.84 so far. So far, okay? But say, guys, like let's say if I check back 6 months later, I have all those cookies on my thank you pages, and anytime a person clicks an email in Market Hero, this LTV is just going to start going up and up and up because I'm tracking every single thing these 31 people are doing. It could also be 30,000, by the way. It doesn't matter. It could be 100,000. It's the same exact thing. Give an exclamation mark if that's pretty cool. If you kind of see where I'm coming with this. Yeah, it's pretty neat, okay? I now have this number that took me months to get with a copy and paste. That's it. So anyways, people come through this stream. Let's just imagine this stream right here, All right, let me show you the automation. And we're doing some crazy Ryan Dice automation right here, guys. All right, it's going to get nuts. Okay, so person comes here and they get applied with the tag uni funnel. Okay, so what happens is, of course, there's a follow-up email and they get sent to a uni offer. Okay, now here's what happens, guys. It's really cool. If they buy source uni, not only does that pixel that tells me that they bought something work as a tracking pixel, it also works as a trigger. So if they buy something, guess what? The funnel's over. They go to a thank you email, get sent into the rest of the funnel. They get sent somewhere else. I can actually have them get sent to another product and be upsold. I could actually go and upsell them 3 other products, okay? But if they don't buy it, guess what happens? After a day, get another uni follow-up. Okay, a lot of people haven't gotten to that point right here. We had 1 person buy out of the 31 that came in. From advertising, my earning per lead is already $4.84 because I know how many people here are like, wait, uni's a $47 program. Give me a question mark. If you're like, wait, how does that happen? Yeah, okay. Uni, on average, people stay for 3.5 months. So I put $150 the value. Guys, it's all about that long-term value. That's why everything at SourceWave is reoccurring. You know what, Source CCS, the package of a program, it's about $67. Usually people stay for 6 months. That's like a $300 sale every single time they come in, okay? Give me an exclamation mark if you had like an aha moment too with all your reoccurring projects and shit. Yeah, okay. So person comes in right here. If they don't hit the pixel right here, guess what happens? They get sent a free trial. So I'm marketing them based on what they're doing. And finally, if they don't hit the free trial, we kick them out of the funnel. We could actually send them somewhere else. We could send them some more content to get them involved. We can do all sorts of stuff like that. And then what happens when they do hit the pixel? They get a uni thank you. You know how long this took me to set up? Actually, I can build the exact funnel right in front of you in 10 seconds, okay? I'm not going to go write the email, so I can go right here, apply tag. We can go tag right here. I'll write the uni funnel. I'm going to talk like an e-walk for the rest of the webinar. All right, we can go right there. We can set up, and actually, if we want to, we can actually go build an opt-in. We can have an image, whatever, and then what happens when you come down, a form will appear. We can go and get rid of the name and all sorts of stuff like that. Also, guys, our opt-in forms are completely integratable with any other opt-in form software. How many people use your own opt-in form software? Give me a 1 if that's you. You don't, like, I could have the best opt-ins ever and you still want to use them. Yeah, you can go and you can just take the HTML code and plop it in right over there, and you can just plop it into your autoresponder, your opt-in. Okay, and you're good to go, okay? But you can also go build your own opt-in right here, just in here. You can create your own form. It will look a lot like this when it comes through. Boom, pop down. We can do the whole entire marketing thing right there. And we're gonna make this a lot prettier too. So, you gotta remember, this is day 1. This is day 1 what we have. In a month, it's gonna be insane. We're adding this thing called the start action. That's gonna blow your mind, okay? People will be able to you'll be able to trigger your marketing by people viewing pages, and people will if they go to one page and another, they'll get like a different upsell, and it's gonna be really cool. So anyways, I can go right here and I can set this funnel right here. I'll apply the tag, where is it? Uni funnel, I already did that. All right, so I have an email sequence right there. Go to another action right here, if conversion pixels hit. Boom, and I don't have to go place any other pixels. The pixels are already placed, guys. So I'll go right here and I'll do, let's just do source. Let's do source hunter for this one. Okay, boom, boom, boom. No. Yes. Isn't that cool? If I can actually land it on there. Give me a 3 if that's pretty cool. Took 2 seconds. Yeah, and all I have to do, I can go in here. All I have to do right here is I can go write some nice little pretty emails. Simple email builder. Go through, we can change all of the gizmos and gizmos and change the heading style, and it's all set right here. I can change the width, that, and the freaking image size right here. We can go change the image if you want. You can also send pictures of Market Hero in the bottom of every email you send. We have it preset to that, so if you want to send that out, there you go. But guys, how many people here, give me an exclamation mark if you already know how to get your long-term value now. That's how you do it. You go right here, you go to products, you paste the pixel, and then you send emails. In fact, guys, any email you send out, it's going to start totaling up. It's going to start totaling up over time, and you're going to start seeing the long-term value. Now, what I do right here at SourceWave, I just imported the paid funnel marketing right here, is I go through and I track everybody that comes in. When a person comes in right here, they're tagged with a tag called SourceWave New, okay? And I'm able to see in the future, 6 months from now, I'm able to see the 100 people that opt in this week exactly how much they were worth to me over 6 months. And let me go back and say, oh, wow, they were worth $12. They were worth $22. Pretty easy, right? Give me a 3 if that's pretty easy. That changes your business overnight. Suddenly, instead of me going out there and going, man, I really hope my ads are paying off and shit like that, I don't know if I can buy this traffic, I can just go and go, all right, so we ran that ad, and we were paying like $6 per lead, you know. But we can see right here, right off the bat, we got $4.84 back per lead. But then I can come back a week later, 2 weeks later, a month later, and go, oh wow, we're at $8 per lead. I come back 3 months later and go, oh wow, we're at $10 per lead. Oh wow, we're at $15 per lead. Dude, David, that's one of my ad guys. I'm like, dude, buy some more fucking ads right now. Just, if it's less than $10, just go. And that's what we do. That's SourceWave. That's how I make millions of dollars. That's it. You see how easy that is? Give me an exclamation if you see that's pretty easy. Pretty easy. A lot of exclamation marks. Someone says I'm confused. That's okay, because I've just blown your mind. Okay? I see a lot of exclamation marks. Just follow around, because I'll tell jokes and stuff. You don't even have to listen. Okay? So getting this end all number is now simple. It's copy and paste. It's copy and paste, literally. You don't have to change your card. It's actually copy and paste. People say it all the time in webinars. You just go and copy that tracking pixel you place on your page, and it works as a trigger and tracking pixel. There you go. So Catalyst 2, guys. I'm going to show you the 3-step email pattern that easily gets me massive ROIs. It's going to blow your mind. It's so simple. Okay? So I know what you're thinking. How many people think that funnel and everything and that ROI, that ROI I just showed you, that's great, but like there's no way you're going to get that same ROI? Give me one if that's you. Be like, Alex, that's great, but my copywriting sucks and I can't sell my way out of a paper box. I have bad conversions. Alex. I suck. Okay, a lot of people here are like, I don't have bad conversions. I'm so smart. I'm like, okay, great, man. That's cool. All right, just bear with me. Put your e-peener away. All right, so wrong. Look, guys, I've tried all sorts of complicated funnels out there to get ROIs. They work if you do them right, but not as well as what I'm going to show you. This is easy. It's really easy, especially when you can look back 6 months later and be like, oh wait, all this time I've been making like $25 per lead and I've been afraid to buy ads. So here's my Adex funnel, guys. I'm actually going to take you inside Market Hero and show you how I automate this in clever ways. But let's get into it. So a lot of people have been through this funnel already. Person opts in, they get a welcome video. Now, guys, you have to understand the thing about me. How many people here wouldn't care if they don't make their money up front, if they make their money back 6 times over in 6 months? Give me one if that's you. That's me too. Okay? So what I found, guys, is you can sell up front, but it actually lowers the amount of money you're going to make in the long run. Okay? Does that make sense? Because look, how many people have heard that the buyers and freebie chaser theory? Give me a 3 if you've heard that. Buyers versus, there's some people again in your list that are just freebie chasers. They never buy anything. Guys, every person in the United States has bought something on Amazon. Every person online is a buyer. There is no such thing as a person that uses the internet and doesn't buy stuff. It does not freaking exist. The difference between a buyer and a freebie chaser is a buyer has had time to get to know you and your product and develop a rapport with you. That's it. Okay? Maybe they're a little bit more inclined to buy internet marketing products or whatever the heck you're slinging. That's it. If you get a person to have rapport and trust with you, they're going to buy just like a buyer. You're going to buy just like a buyer, and you won't even have to be good at pitching it, guys. I've rolled up webinars at SourceWave, had an awful pitch, and closed almost $90,000 in recurring income in a single evening. Without anything. I just like, this works. Would you like to buy it? And people are like, yeah, sure. Okay. You don't have that. It's not true in my experience. Okay. So that has nothing to do with it though. Here's my funnel. Person opts in. I send them a welcome video. What am I doing this welcome video? I'm welcoming them to SourceWave. I'm telling them who I am, telling them what they're going to get, and then we're going to send them cool stuff, and we're not going to screw around with them. All right. And we deliver value first. Why? Because I'm building that rapport. Second email they get value. But also, guys, if you notice, in all of our videos, we mentioned Source University, so we actually close a lot of sales from our value videos. Send them another email, value. Third email you get from us, if you've opened these 2, is a pitch for Source Hunter. It's a low ticket product. It's like $9 to $19 a month. Actually, I think it's like 37 now or something. But it's a really low ticket offer that all SEOs need. It's very not intimidating. It doesn't burn any bridges when people see it. They're like, oh, cool. Yeah, so it's a cool software tool. That's neat. All right. So value. Some another pitch for Source University. Okay, it's 47. Actually, it's 67 a month now. But we give them a ton of value, and they've been hearing about Source University for 4 emails now at the end of every email. Can you give me type in 5 if you can kind of see why they're kind of more inclined to buy Source University now? And guys, Source University at $67 isn't a $67 sale for me. It's closer to $180 to $240 because I think we've increased the time people spend on there now. It's a huge sale. It's a huge sale. The tracking gets that. okay? Because I know, because I've looked at my PayPal, I know exactly how much it's worth, so I just put that number as my tracking earnings from that, okay? So then what happens, guys, is that we send 2 more value emails, and then we send something high ticket. It might be OMG, it might be one of our services, it might be something that's $1,000 a month, it might be something that's a $2,000 product. At this point in time, guys, the whole point of this process right here, yeah, we close some money right here, we close some money right here, is to get 1 person or 2 people to buy that high ticket, okay? Because if 1 person buys, if 1 of the 2,000 people that opt in buy a $5,000 product, the ROI is huge. The ROI is huge. How many people here think you could get 1 person, if you got them on the phone out of 2,000 people, if you gave them value and taught them and built their trust, you could get 1 person to buy a $5,000 product from you? 1 out of 2,000. Give me 1 if you think you could do that. Without even being good at selling. Just go pick up a Grant Cardone book. There you go, okay? So here's exactly how I make this huge ROI, guys. I follow this exact problem. And what I have right here is horrendous conversions. This is if you suck at selling and like your sales videos start with you mooning them, okay? I've never started a sales video with me mooning people, but just listen up, all right? So let's imagine 15 people buy a $150 product right here. Okay, that's $2,500 back. And let's actually kick this up to $4 per lead. We spent $8,000. Okay, and this is about the first 2 weeks when a person comes in. So we made $2,200 back right off the bat right there. Okay, so then 20 people buy an $80 product. We made $1,600. So we're at like almost $3,000 back right now. Okay, then 1 person buys a $5,000 product. And this is what it all leads up to. Okay, and if you really want to kill it, guys, the problem with SourceWave, guys, is I don't really go for the kill. All right, I don't sell $10,000 products. I don't sell $25,000 products. I have friends that their funnel goes from a $5,000 product to a $10,000 product to a $25,000 product. For example, I got on Russell Brunson's funnel and I joined his high ticket mastermind for $25,000. It goes up and up. All right, I just don't go for the kill like that at SourceWave because I'm busy building stuff like this. This is what I like to do. Okay, but you can see right here, guys, even with these horrible conversions, we made our money back. Even if the lead cost is really expensive. And what happens after that, guys, is every lead, every one of these 2,000 leads is free money till the end of time. Give me an exclamation mark if that's pretty cool. If you give me 1 if you see how easy it is, even if you have really bad conversions. So you don't have to be an expert at selling. I'm not up here saying, well, we get a 5% conversion right here, you get a 6% conversion right here, and you get a 3% conversion on the $5,000. No, this is like 0.015. This one's like 0.02, and this one right here is like 0.000. I can't even do the math, all right? There you go. So do the math, guys. Even if you're horrible, you can still get an ROI doing this. But the whole key of it, guys, is knowing you're getting an ROI. No one knows they're getting an ROI. They're just like, oh, crap, I didn't make money on the first ad. Guess I'm effed. I'm screwed. So how do we do this in MarketHero? All right, let me walk you through the process in MarketHero. Let me actually walk you through the exact funnel I'm using right now. We cloned it over to this account. This is like the sort of demo account. But you can see right here. What's going on? Let me walk you through the funnel I built. And give me a 3 if you want to see like a really, really complicated funnel, like one crazy Ryan Dice funnel before we get it into the next part. Okay, we'll get into that right after this. This is a simple funnel, okay? And I know, give me an exclamation mark if you think this looks complicated. Yeah, okay, I can see it right here. It looks complicated. It's really simple. Trust me. All right, I'll walk you through it step by step. Person opts in. They see a thank you page, okay? They have a tag applied to them called SourceWave New. This is my exact business, guys. This is my exact business. I don't do anything else but this. This has been an Infusionsoft. This same funnel is over there, but I can't track its earnings. I can't do any of the stuff I've talked about or showed you in this webinar. I can't actually, in Infusionsoft, I can't sort by when a person buys or not without ripping apart my cart. So the stuff I'm doing in this funnel, I couldn't do in Infusion, but this is the exact same pattern, okay? So a person comes in, sort by tags, applies tag right here that they're SourceWave New. They get an email, okay? If they open the email, it waits 3 days, sends them another email. If they don't open the email, it sends them the email again. It says, hey, man, you missed this, okay? Wait today, sends the next email, okay? It does that pattern over and over again. If they go, it sends them another email. If they click the email, it takes them to the next email. If they don't click the email, it remails them. Say, hey, man, you didn't click the email. They want you to get this value content. Why is it important for people to open my value emails? Because they need to trust me and they need to have rapport with me and they need to like SourceWave. They need to like my business. They need to actually know when I send them stuff, it's going to be really good stuff, okay? So then right here, person comes in again, boom, Hunter pitch. But here's where it gets more fun. Pixels on Hunter. So if they buy Hunter, it sends them the next email. If they don't buy Hunter, hits them with a completely different angle and pitch. Give me a 3 if you think that's pretty cool, right? It's really simple. There you go, all right? And same pattern goes over and over again, guys. Get on Hunter, and some people say this overhead. Don't worry, guys. When you get inside, there's a little question mark inside of every area that shows you exactly how everything works and does it, and there's training videos and everything. And actually, you guys will have the chance to actually have me teach you everything as well. We'll get into that later. So again, right here, same exact pattern. Value, if they open it, moves them on. If they don't open it, sends them again. Value, if they open it, moves them on. If they don't open it, sends it again. Finally, Source University, boom. If they buy it, apply tags to their SourceWave old. You get a tag right here. You're an actual SourceWave member. And guys, when a person comes in, I don't want them getting all my normal emails. So what it does right here, it tags them with SourceWave old so that I'm always blasting the SourceWave old members. I'm not blasting, but I send value and you get put into a different funnel where it's handled through broadcast and I handle manually. But at this point in time, you get put into the big list, okay? But at this point in time, I don't interrupt you. I put you through the little nurturing process, okay? So then at the end of it, you get an offer for Source Uni. If you buy it, you move on, you stop, you get kicked out of this funnel and move into another one. If you don't buy it, you get offered a free trial. There's the secret for you guys. If you get in this funnel, don't buy Uni the first time we offer it. Wait for the free trial. Someone said, where do I sign up? Wait, guys, you can't buy Market Hero yet. Let me show you another funnel real quick before we get into it, guys. Where's the immediate base? Yeah, this one. This one's a lot of fun, okay? So this is fun. This is how you do a 3 upsell funnel if you want to get really complicated. Now, guys, if you're simple, if you want to keep it simple, you can literally just do a delay and simple email where you just like, hey, email, delay, email. Oops, there you go. And you can just build like a straight up funnel that you would build in any other tool like this. Super simple, okay? But what we got going on right here, person comes in. Tag is applied that they came in through this funnel, so we know where they came from, what traffic source they came from. And guys, if you're a beginner, this is not a type of funnel you're going to be building. But if you're a person that builds a lot of funnels, give me an exclamation mark if you're a person that builds a lot of funnels. Give me an X if you have like a boner right now because you understand what I'm doing. Okay, cool. This is for the advanced people, okay? I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And here's another thing that you can do in this funnel builder that you can't do in Fusionsoft. You can zoom in and out. Someone said I'm confused. Guys, this isn't your typical make money webinar. This is advanced marketing, okay? But you can zoom in and out and you can like build farther and it like expands. It's crazy. It's another thing you can't do. Anyways, so person opts in. They get sent the first email. And I'm going to walk you through it if they buy everything right away. All right? If they buy, yes. All right? So they sent to another one. They're sending an upsell immediately after it, okay? Cool. All right? So they're sent to another pixel right here immediately after. So then they've been sent to the upsell. So it waits a second to see if they bought it again, okay? If they do buy it, boom, sent to another pixel. They're sent to the third upsell because what happens on that landing page, boom, they're sent to another upsell right here. If they buy it again, boom, they're taken out of the funnel and taken to a welcome email, okay? Well, let's imagine if they come right here and they don't buy. So email sequence 1, no, they don't buy. All right, so boom, no, they get sent another follow-up email. If the pixels hit again, yes, they're taken to another pixel. Straight through the process again, okay? If they don't buy, taken to a welcome email because they're not interested. They're kicked to another part of the funnel, okay? Boom, if they go to the second upsell, they don't buy, email sequence, another pixel. They don't buy again, email sequence following up, another pixel. They don't buy again, boom, sent here, sent to the next offer or sent to the welcome email. All right, give me a 3 if you're for advanced funnel building, you kind of get what I'm getting at right there. We're actually going to, in the training process, I actually break this funnel down step by step by step. You can actually have it import into your account. Give me a 3 if you kind of catch my drift. Cool. Awesome. A lot of 3s. I love it, guys. All right. It really makes me happy that some more advanced people do this. So, guys, let's wrap this all together. How do we get rich doing this? Give me a question mark. If you're like, how do this is cool. I can get my LTV. Where do we, a lot of question marks, all right? A lot of question marks. I don't like leaving you guys hanging. So, catalyst number 3. How do we combine these together to get unlimited higher ROI leads in even a competitive market and bully our competitors? Bully them. It's easy. It's really easy, guys. You want to know how? Give me an exclamation mark if you want to know how I can take my business on Facebook right now and buy 1,000 leads, and you want to know the only question I need to ask. So easy. Let me show you. This is how I scale my business to a bazillion dollars. Okay? A sec. Oh, never mind. That's just a package. All right. Oops. Wrong dashboard right there. All right. Here it is, guys. It's absolutely nuts. All I do is I go in here and I go right here. And let's say I'm just doing this funnel right here, Uni funnel. All right, I got my guys right here. I go generate LTV, and I go to any ad source. I go to Facebook, I go to YouTube, I go to AdWords, and I say, I can do this myself, or I can get my ad guy. I say, can I get leads for less than $4.84? This is how much I make up front. Now, maybe 2 weeks later, guys, 3 weeks later, I come back and I say, what do I ask again? Let's say this number right here is $8. What do I ask my ad guy if we're going to try a traffic source out? What do I ask my ad guy if it says $8 right here? If I want to know if I can break into a traffic source or not. Can I get leads for less than my LTV? Hopefully, I can get, at this point in time, I can get leads for $5 anywhere. YouTube, AdWords, solo ads. Solo ads, I can get them really cheap. Okay, really, really, really cheap. YouTube, if you use it the right way, you can get them really cheap. Facebook, I can get leads for $3 to $4 usually right now because I'm a really good ad guy. AdWords, I can get leads for $5 right there. Man, if it's coming in here $8 in the first month, I'm rolling in money. I'm printing cash. I have unlimited leads. That's my business, all of it. You saw my funnel. You saw I get my number. And when I think about buying traffic, guys, I'm not out there doing all the advanced shit that people are doing. And frankly, guys, when you get really deep into your niche, you're only going to be able to get leads so cheap. Eventually, you run out of little loopholes and crap like that. When you start trying to get mass leads, you're going to have to bite the bullet and you're going to have to be able to pay more than your competitors for leads. That's just how it is. With this is how I do it. Because my competitors are trying to find leads where they make money right away because they don't want to go into the red. They're inexperienced marketers. They don't know any of that shit. Okay? Me, on the other hand, I laugh at $5 leads. I'm like, ha, 6. Why not 7? Fuck it. Let's just spend $5,000 a day because I know it's coming back in the form of $22, at least $8. And you can see right there just from that one right there. You know, give me an exclamation mark if that made your business really simple. It's really simple. Okay? Super de-duper simple. Okay? So, guys, at this point in time, when I'm looking at a traffic source, if I can get the leads for less than my 1 month LTV, that's what I look at. All right, my 1 month LTV at SourceWave is about $6, and that's because I don't sell right away. Okay, you saw that funnel right there. I made about $4.84 back, and I will probably get down to about $3. I'm not even $3 to $2.50. Okay, because usually my freshest people hop into ads first, or actually people that know my brand hop into the ads because a lot of people know the SourceWave brand. That being said, guys, usually about the first month I make about $6 back. Okay, so if I'm paying $4 to $5 per lead, I'm making about $1 back in the first month. But after that first month, guys, it's unlimited money. It's just it's unlimited. I can mail that list for essentially free, not essentially free because I have to. Actually, I don't have to pay for my autoresponder anymore because I have one. But that's nice. Save myself $24,000 a year. It's pretty cool. I didn't even think about that till now. But that's it, guys. Oops. 1 sec. Oh. Little thing fell on my watch. But that's it, guys. And so all I do at that point in time is say, look, guys, look, David, I want to get in the AdWords. Can we get leads for less than $5? He goes, let me go test. And we say, oh, we're getting leads for $4. All right, give me as many leads as you can. I want as many as we can get in a day at $4, okay? And the more and more leads you buy, it's going to start bumping up a little bit, so you usually have to keep it down low or kind of keep it at a solid point. But at that point in time, it's unlimited traffic, unlimited business, and after that first month, it's unlimited free money, okay? Give me a 3 if that's really cool to you. That's my entire business. That's all I do. That's the difference between my business making $1 million a year, making $5 million, okay? So imagine what you could do with all this, guys. Imagine if you had your LTV from each traffic source. By the way, guys, I know exactly what traffic source, how much I'm making from it, okay? I'm starting to get that with MarketHero. It was a little bit difficult with Improvely because it was such a pain in the insane ass, but with MarketHero, it's really easy because I just have a different funnel. Or what I can do, guys, if I want to go and actually just see what traffic source they came from, what I do is I'll just go over here to stream, okay? I'll go create a new stream. And so what we do is I'm going to have an opt-in right here. Opt-in right here for Google. This one's for Facebook, okay? And when a person comes in, all I do is apply a different tag, all right? And I can send down the exact same funnel, okay? So boom, apply a Facebook tag right there, apply the Google tag right there, boom, shoot them all right there. Boom, I can see exactly what traffic source is paying off and what traffic source isn't. Give me an exclamation mark. That's pretty cool. Someone said, how does this funnel work with affiliate offers? It's really easy, guys. You just have your affiliates put your tracking cookie on their thank you page. Every affiliate will do it for you. It's very common practice. It's extremely common practice to put tracking on affiliate stuff, especially if your affiliates want you to do well, what you do, because then you make money. So look, guys, if you had this, imagine what you could do. You could buy unlimited leads for less than they make you effortlessly. I don't even monitor my traffic anymore. I jump in, I say, David, what's the lead cost? What's the CPL? He goes, $450. I go, great. Bye. That's it. That's how I manage my traffic, because it's that easy. How many people here, give me a one if you'd be comfortable buying an ad guy? If you knew that, like, you can just go and be like, all right, how much does it cost? One, yeah, it makes buying an ad guy and not managing my traffic really easy. I don't have to be a Facebook expert. I just have to know how much I'm making in the long run, okay? Imagine if you had to rely on no one, you can control your business. Imagine if you could get rid of all the inaccurate tools and get back to focusing on growing your business. How many people here, give me a 3 if you spend more time dinking with tools than you do actually growing your business and you spend time trying to get tools to work? Yeah, okay. Imagine how point blank easy it would be to 5x your business when you operate like this. It was easy for me. It wasn't. I'm not doing anything that different. In fact, my business has gotten dumber. I don't have to launch every 2 months. I don't have to go and talk to JVs. I don't have to network. I can sit in my house, let David run the ads, send people through these funnels, and do a webinar every Thursday. It's that easy, okay? So the result, guys, if you had all this, is a straightforward, measurable path to 7 to 8 figures. Am I saying you're going to make 7 and 8 figures? You could if you go and apply this. This is what big businesses do, okay? This is how you go out there and this is how you print money online, okay? So for the past hour, would you agree this changes how you view your business? Give me a 1 if you agree with me. This changes how you look at your business, okay? Look, in an hour, I could talk about this for days, guys. Like, I could sit here and I could break down the funnels and the actual email strategies and the copywriting and the offers I'm picking and the email funnels. And I could do this for the next 8 hours, guys, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to sit here for 8 hours. Straightforward with you, okay? So look, I have an offer to let you get Market Hero for free. Okay? I don't want to sell this to you guys if you don't want, but give me a 3 if you want to hear about it, okay?